So I take a lift home from work basically every night.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and one night, I got a ride home from a dude who seemed to be like in his like maybe late 50s, early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And when your driver picks you up, they typically like say your name to confirm it's you.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at I saw him look at his app on the phone, and he turns to me, and I want to stress that I don't believe he was fucking with me.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, Allen, Allen. I've never heard that name before. What kind of name is that?
Wait, wait, really?
Yeah.
I,
And I
I've
was like, uh,
is he not from the United
he
States?
he did not have any discernible accent.
I've I've known many Allens
And I
throughout
was
my
I was just
lifetime.
like, I mean, as far as I know, there's a lot of us about. uh yeah.
Did, is he like now I'm kind of did he say it weirdly too, or did he actually say it like the your name, Alan?
Yeah, he said Allen.
That's I mean, I get weird comments about my name all the time because of the spelling, because
Yeah.
fucking parents are just like, fuck the Y, we're gonna give her an E. And that apparently caused a lot of issues in all my classrooms and all that. And at one point I had one professor who just called me Kyle, and I was like, nope, done. I'm not responding to that. But no joke. Luckily it was a huge classroom, so it was easy to ignore him. But
But I,
I
I I've always
I, I'm like, now my brain is just trying to. You can tell that I'm. Welcome to Undercooked Allen.
yes,
Where
welcome to Undercooked Allen. I was about to say something that probably would have got us.
what? Go.
uh Kyle is a name where I've known some cool people named Kyle, but if I hear there's a person named Kyle, I probably assume you're an asshole.
There's some.
I don't know what it is about the name Kyle.
You know what? I completely understand that. There's some. I think because there's like there's 90 shows we kind of grew up with, and they typically picked like the names for the asshole characters, and it keeps coming up. I know when I was younger, Ashley was always like the name of the bitch character. I don't think that at all now, because I've known way too many Ashleys in my lifetime to think that. And most of them have been very nice. I'm trying to think of Brittany. Brittany is still one, like if I hear someone named Brittany, my brain automatically thinks asshole or bitch, and which is not okay. It's
Yeah.
but and I've met nice Britneys, but it's still because like that was like one of those common popular rich bitch girl names when I was younger.
Also in my defense, I did have a boss once named Kyle, and he was a real asshole.
Yeah, okay, I can see that. Yeah,
And
there's
there's just something about being able to say fucking Kyle. I don't think it works with any other name. Like fucking Jerry. No, doesn't feel as good.
If you say fucking Jerry, my brain automatically goes to Rick and Morty.
No, just that did not roll as well as Kyle felt.
Yeah, fucking Kyle.
Fucking Kyle.
For all the Kyles out there, we are so sorry.
Yeah, you're probably an asshole.
Uh Speaking of assholes, we have to read a story. I say that because we typically are assholes when we read this story. Oh yeah, probably should introduce us. Hi, I'm Kaela, and this is Alan.
Hi, I'm Alan. This is Kaela.
Hi. You're probably wondering, where the fuck is David? Why is he gone? Well, let
Yeah,
me
he quit the show.
Yeah, he is no longer a part of this. He has been kicked out.
We wish him the best in his future endeavors.
Um,
Just a moment of silence for David. He's not dead. We
I hope not. I was expecting to come home like within the next few hours. No, scheduling's just been kind of tough lately because of David's job and all that. And then it's not David works weekends. Alan doesn't work weekends. I don't work weekends. And He's like, I don't know how we're gonna schedule this, and then also we have David and I also have to record a Darkly Lit this weekend, and we're planning to do D&D this weekend. So I figured, Alan, are you cool with just doing it with me? Are you? I mean, I'm not as charming as David, but
I'll do it with whoever. That's
that's the pansexual motto. I'll do it. I'm going to hell.
it's it's fine. We're all going.
Yeah. Okay. So the story that we have is submitted by Tainted Dove. Well, sorry. You probably get that.
Anyway.
No, I got to. Okay. So the name of the story is My Friend and I Found Ourselves on This Person Does Not Exist.pdf. Wait, really? No, .com.
.com. I think the file itself was called PDF.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, so, yeah. If you looked at our Google Docs link, it ends in .pdf. But
yeah.
The actual document is called that, but the story is This Person Does Not have this document.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
Way to fucking confuse us. Shit story.
Damn it. Yep. Okay, 0 out of 5. We're not reading
banned from the show. End of episode.
I feel like we're on the verge of just basically threatening to end this episode at any moment. David's not here. Fuck it. We're ending the episode.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
So this is what Tainted Dove has said. I've been a longtime listener and fan of UCA. A few days ago, I actually ended up getting an idea for a short NoSleep-style story, and just wrote it out in about 3 to 4 hours. Honestly, the best stories we receive are the ones that are written in 3 to 4 hours, usually with no sleep, usually on with a beer in hand. I've never wrote a horror story before, and it's been a very long time since I've written anything in general. I sent it to a friend to read, and they liked it, but I wanted the opinions of people more well-versed in creepypasta / no-sleep stories. I hate that this is what I've been known as being versed in it. I already know it's not going to be the greatest thing ever. It was written in 3 hours after all, but I still want to know what you all think and what I can do to make it better. All right. Yeah.
Before we get started, are you familiar with This Person Does Not Exist.com? Because it is a thing.
Wait, really? It is?
Yeah. It's
oh wait, I can
people kind of use it for horror stuff all the time.
Oh god, someone's face just popped up as soon as I clicked the link.
Yes. Okay, what that is, it uses AI to generate a completely AI generated face. You are looking at a person that does not exist, and AI just created that person.
Oh, that's creepy.
So that's what This Person Does Not Exist.com is.
So it's a real thing. Oh, that's creepy. Yeah. All right. Well, apparently these two people found themselves on This Person Does Not Exist.com. So here we go. You want to start first?
Yeah, sure. I wish this was some kind of joke, but I honestly don't have the energy to troll people like that. So for a little bit of context so everyone is on the same page, my friend, Piper, and I are two 20-somethings in our third year of college and share a dorm room together. Being college students, we consistently find ourselves too broke to go do anything fun on the weekends. I remember those years.
Me too.
Luckily, we have really good internet, so we usually spend our weekends watching Netflix, or we won't say your name right till the check clears. Watching Netflix or browsing the web and finding ourselves on some random sites while drinking boxed wine.
That's a throwback. Recently, yeah, I remember I was
not a good one.
I remember I was hanging out with a housemate watching. This was the first time I had ever, one of the first few times I actually watched an T3K episode with someone who actually knew what I was talking about. And he's like, he basically said, "Ooh, I got free wine from someone today," and he poured it in his coffee mug.
Oh.
I'm like, how is it? He's like, tastes like shit. But he kept drinking his coffee mug.
Boxed wine is great if you want to get drunk for 35 minutes and have a headache for 9 days. Anyway.
Recently, I seen a TikTok that talked about a website called thispersondoesnotexist.com. If you've never heard of it, it's basically an AI that creates faces of people who have never existed, and it's supposed to fuck with your mind because your brain wants to recognize the AI faces as real people, even though they don't exist. Or
Hey,
at least
that thing I explained.
Yeah, you basically exactly how you said it. Shit. Or at least that's what TikToks I saw claims. Actually, the person's face who popped up looked a lot like, because like if I click it again, this is gonna be creepy as shit. Yeah, this person looks like this random face that pops up. Yes, I know it. This person does not exist, but I've known people who look just like this.
Yeah.
So, so I told Piper about the site, and we decided on Friday night we check it out as one of our stops on weekly internet binge. I think it's supposed to have on our weekly internet binge, or
yeah. We've got a premise that starts with a thing that actually exists, and a person that does not exist. And people use it to like creep each other out and stuff. This website, I've never seen it used in an actual story before.
I will say, so far, I think the one thing it has going for it is the realism of this. Like, this actually feels like real people. Like this person talks like a college student. This website is an actual real website. So, I kind of enjoy the fact this kind of feels realistic. So
yeah. You kids out there making your Vines and your MySpace pages and
in your GeoCities.
the version of that line that always comes back to me is from Basketball, which is Ernest Borgnine saying, "You kids with your hula hoops, Dan Fogelberg, and Pac-Man video games."
Holy shit.
And Trey Parker, who you see talking to him, just mouths Dan Fogelberg to himself in the middle of it. Confused. Anyway,
it's funny because like I need to rewatch Basketball at some point, because I watched Orgasmo first and I really had a lot of fun watching it. It was very enjoyable. And then I watched Basketball and I just got bored very quickly, but they're both very similar and I don't know why. That's
they actually not a lot of people think about this. They didn't actually write or direct Basketball. They just acted in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was done by, I think, whoever was doing all the Leslie Nielsen movies at the time.
Okay.
But one of my favorite line deliveries is in that movie. The bad guy hands Trey a magazine, and says, "Time for you to get on board." And the first thing he sees is an advertisement for breast enlargement, so he just like seriously delivers line, "You think that I should have bigger titties?"
I will say the one movie I did see and of theirs that was probably more fun than watching Orgasmo was Cannibal or fuck,
Cannibal the Musical.
Cannibal the Musical. Oh my, like this is you watch and you're like, yeah, I can see where that.
I was very nearly in a production of Cannibal the Musical, but the funding fell through.
Oh shit.
I was cast and everything.
Who are you gonna be?
I was the guy who didn't like singing.
Nice. Yeah, that movie was fucking great. I like there's times when I will just think of it's a spadoinkle day.
The sky is blue and all the leaves are green. The sun's as warm as a baked potato. I think you know exactly what I mean when I say it's a spadoinkle day. That
song is the most fucking Midwestern ass song.
Yeah.
Speaking of, listen to the Dregs if you want to talk about, or listen to our conversations about Midwestern shit. Oh God, where are we? Oh, third. We haven't even. Oh shit. Well, it's a
the
short
rest
story.
of the week. The rest of the week went by as weeks do until it was Friday. Hey everyone, welcome to adulthood. Weeks keep going faster, and eventually you're gonna end up in a grave. Ah,
Please don't say that. That's yeah, I mean it's true, but I don't want to be reminded of it.
that's man. Um, real talk for a moment. I got to this weekend today, and I was like, man, this weekend passed by really fast. Time keeps moving really fast. All right, I need to sit down. After the last of our classes for the day, Piper and I stopped by the grocery store to pick up some snacks and our boxed wine. So we were prepared for tonight. We went back to our dorm and enjoyed our dinner of 2-day-old Thai takeout before we made our way to the laptop sitting on the desk and began our internet surfing.
Fuck.
That's when the pad Thai becomes jelly, essentially.
Oh my god. Yep. Yep. I know this. God, that just hit so hard. But
Yeah.
I remember when I was in college, there was one week where I didn't have enough money for food, so I just had pancakes for a whole fucking week because I had the box pancakes that you just put water in, and syrup, and that's what I subsided on for a week. I was able to finally poop for the first time after once I finally got money to eat an actual meal.
At my poorest, I lived relatively close to a Little Caesars back when back when pizzas were actually $5 there.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I've eaten many sketchy pizza.
My poor food, and I still eat it to this day actually, is pastaroni. Because it's like I'm making pasta, only like a kid. It's like adult mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, I feel like I'm eating like an adult by eating this pastaroni instead of, mac and cheese.
Yeah, it's mac and cheese.
Yeah, basically. Where are we? We started by fucking around on YouTube, then we got bored of that, and then we went to
Sorry. My brain heard that sentence. Stop. We started by fucking.
We started by fucking. Oh, good for you. Around on YouTube. Oh, shit.
Oh.
I was hoping you'd get gay. Anyway, then we got bored of that and we went to Reddit and looked out. Although we don't know. I'm assuming they're both women.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming. But, then again, Piper's could be a male name, too.
Yeah, I suppose.
This just feels more, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, then we went to Reddit and looked at different subreddits for any interesting stories to read. It was after the 17th TIFU story. Wait, what does TIFU stand for?
Oh, today I fucked up.
Oh, God, this is how out of it I am.
Yeah, TIFU is basically it's a subreddit dedicated to people telling stories about how they fucked up. And as it's progressed, it's just people telling really embarrassing sex stories, which isn't as funny as it used to be.
See, I read Am I the Asshole stories because those
those
go so bumfuck wild. Like you're just, it always begins with like for the most part, the question will bury the lead or something wild happens. Like, I think I've mentioned this before where there was one where it opens with should I be mad because my husband was flirting with my mother. So we unfortunately my father died. My mother may have been the one to kill him, and that was like the whoa, what?
I thought this was maybe a today I fucked up, but it was actually r/confession. But now my mind's on it, and I don't know if we've ever brought it up on this show before. Have we ever talked about the poop knife?
I don't. If you did, maybe I wasn't on it or on the episode.
There's an r/confession. It's under the subreddit Museum of Reddit because it's such an infamous Reddit post.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fuck it. Hey, future David. After this episode, I'm gonna read the whole poop knife post and we'll put it in dregs.
Oh God.
Anyway,
it was after the 17th today I fucked up story that I finally suggested we check out This Person Does Not Exist. Piper agreed. She was started she was starting to get a little tired. Oh, she was starting to get a little tired. Okay.
Yeah.
A little tired of browsing Reddit and thought that fucking with our minds a little over people that didn't exist would be kind of cool. We left Reddit and went over to this person does not exist to fuck with our minds. This
Yeah. A little repetitive.
Yeah, this could have been that for the most part. Like I was,
Yeah.
it's been
the actual story is flowing. The concepts of the story are flowing well. It could use another draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just another cleanup. But that I like Tainted Dove said that it's this was like written in 3 to 4 hours. So
gotcha.
Oh wait, it's your turn.
Yes. The first person we got was a man who appeared to be in his mid-50s. He looked so real, like this was a picture taken of him that either he or someone else would have likely posted to some form of social media. It really was crazy how much it fucked with our mind. Piper suggested we make up names and backstories for these fake people, and I was more than happy to play along. I mean, these weren't real people after all. First, we had Martha, age 43. Boy mom of 3.
Boy mom. I'm assuming it's meant to be mom of 3 boys, but boy mom of 3.
Boy mom of 3.
What's a boy mom? Oh, that feels like it could be dirty. Boy mom of 3.
Hey, listeners, get asked in the comments and tell us what a boy mom is.
Is that like a boy toy, but then they kind of mother you? Question mark.
Boy mom of 3, constant letdown to her live, laugh, love brand. Then there was Jeremy, age 21, frat/fuckboy, professional mansplainer, favorite movies Fight Club, and of course, how could I forget about Joe, age 46, the OG women want me, fish fear me.
I don't know many people who have told me that their favorite movie is Fight Club.
I knew some guys in high school, but
that were like that, like, oh, my favorite movie is Fight Club. Which is fun. There was a point where I told people that my favorite book was Fight Club because I really did enjoy the book. And then it wasn't until like later on, this was like when I was like 19 or whatever, that I realized, oh, this has that type of connotation. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. I read a lot of Chuck Palahniuk like right after high school. I really liked Invisible Monsters.
Choke was an interesting read too.
Yeah. Lullaby was another one I really liked.
Yeah, I always tell people don't read Guts.
Yeah.
That Guts.
I've read Guts.
Yeah, I know you. I figured you'd have, but man, I read that. I'm like, wow, I feel very uncomfortable. This made me feel very uncomfortable. Thanks, story. You did it.
So, are you familiar with the depths that the women want me, fish fear me meme has gone to?
What the hell is that? Actually, I've never.
So, women want me, fish fear me is a thing that old dudes wear on trucker hats.
Oh, yeah. Is this kind of like a redneck thing? Like,
yes, it's for sure. You're gonna see a few women want me, women want me, fish fear me hats in the South.
Oh, fuck.
But it took on a life of its own as a meme. And so like so there's like hats now that are like, fish despise me, women tolerate me. The attitude of women and fish toward me are too varied and complex to be accurately described on a hat. And finally there's a hat that's, women fear me, fish fear me, men turn their eyes away from me as I walk, no beast dare makes a sound in my presence, I am alone on this barren earth.
This is just proving how old I am now, or how out of touch I am with the internet. Like, I feel like as I get older, I'm just like, I'm deleting my Facebook. I'm taking Instagram off my phone. I can't deal with this anymore.
It doesn't even necessarily have to be out of touch. There's just so much fucking shit out there.
This Tainted Dove seems to have their finger on the internet pulse, though. Like, seems to know.
Yeah.
But they're making a lot of things, and I'm like, what the fuck? What are they talking about? Well, I don't understand what this Women want me, fish fear me, shit is. Grandma in the making. It was after we came up with our backstory for Lucas, age 6, dinosaur expert, that things stopped being fun. We refreshed the page, and I could tell both our bloods ran cold at the same time when we saw the next person. We were looking at 20-something-year-old girl with red hair that was clearly dyed. Hey, mine. And brown eyes, who was the splitting image of Piper. Oh, shit. Is this me? I mean, I'm not 20-something anymore. I tried to lighten the mood by making a joke about what a coincidence this was, and maybe she was a figment of my imagination this whole time. Piper said nothing. She just stared at the fake girl who looked exactly like her. I suggested we refresh the page and continue our dumb game. Piper nodded in agreement, but screenshotted the page before refreshing. I decided not to question her at the time.
I know we're just kicking off the horror, but I saw this one right before you started reading. The fish and I have entered an uneasy alliance against women.
Okay, that's a bad. I know. Holy shit. Okay, I kind of want that on a fucking hat. Give me a trucker hat that says that.
You've seen my ridiculous hat, right?
Oh, what?
During the pandemic, I bought a lot of stuff that I is proof I shouldn't have like access to a debit or credit card. But I bought a hat that said Bigfoot is real and he tried to eat my ass.
I need a picture of this.
I'll send it eventually. But yes, I have a hat that says Bigfoot is real and he tried to eat my ass. And I think the funniest part of that hat is the word tried. Like Bigfoot tried to eat my ass, but was not successful.
I mean, he tried to, but
yeah,
it just didn't work out, I guess.
I just like woke up one night and hey
hey, knock it off, and then runs away. Damn it, Bigfoot.
Anyway, I got into all that shit as we entered the actual horror of this story. But yeah, from the title alone, this is obviously where we were going to go with this.
Yeah, I figured. It's your turn.
Yes. We tried to continue with our backstories for the fake people, but I could tell Piper wasn't as into it as she was before. I couldn't really blame her. I know I'd freak out if I'd seen my face on this site. I refreshed the site in one last attempt to try and cheer Piper up when my blood ran cold once more. Fuck me. I didn't just drop something or lose my place, everyone reading. That's how this sentence read. I refreshed the site in one last attempt to try and cheer Piper up when my blood ran cold once more. Fuck me. I was staring face to face with another 20-something-year-old girl. This one with brown hair and eyes. She wasn't really smiling. It looked like she was uncomfortable with having her picture taken. Just like me. I leaned back in my chair and stared at my non-existent clone. This had to be some kind of weird glitch. It was the only explanation.
Okay, so we knew where this was going. We already had an idea. And now I think this is the point where what does the writer do with this? So
you don't really need to do a lot if this is a no sleep story and slice of life.
Mm-hmm.
I think like just the idea that you went on an AI face generator and two of you saw yourselves is enough to make that feel real, and any further it fits more with the original intention of what No Sleep was supposed to be.
Yeah, I think okay, because that's true. I keep forgetting this is supposed to be a no sleep story.
I didn't know if we read that it was supposed to be, but it definitely feels like that. Yeah.
That's what Tainted Dove said in their
then yeah, perfect.
Post. Yeah.
Don't need to do any more than what you're doing.
Yeah. I would just, because for the most part, it feels very realistic. This does sound like exactly how 20-something-year-old college students act, what stuff they do, especially like nowadays college students. So I'm definitely feeling realism. The one thing, and this is coming up, I'm just going to say this. I think I'm done with this site. I announced to Piper after staring at fake me for far too long. I think if you're making it a realistic no sleep story, for the most part, I'm like, yeah, this feels real. But rarely does anyone put like a quote, like actually says blank, but da 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 da. I said when they're talking about themselves. So I would try to adjust that. Usually how people write, especially like if on a Reddit post or whatever, they usually say, I told Piper I was done after staring at fake me for far too long.
Right.
That
makes sense.
That's just a small thing. If we're trying to make it feel like a no sleep story or like a post like that. Before I could leave the site, Piper butted in and screenshot page with the fake me muttering about needing evidence. I didn't stop her and let her do what she needed or what she wanted. Maybe she was right. Having evidence would probably be a good thing if we decided to tell people. Not that I was eager at the time to go bragging about how it technically didn't exist. After that, Piper and I went to Netflix and tried to rewatch Schitt's Creek until we felt any form of exhaustion. I've heard Schitt's Creek is good. I've never watched it.
It's very good. They just took it off Netflix though. I think it's on Hulu now.
I just turned off Hulu recently after like weeks of not watching or months of not watching. I'm like, this is pointless. I don't want to waste any more money. But
it has a very respectful and real feeling portrayal of a pansexual character, one of the main characters.
So. Nice.
It's been about 2.5 weeks since the situation happened, and I've tried my best to put it behind me. But Piper is a different story. She's become obsessive over the screenshot over her fake doppelganger, constantly Googling anything she can about facial recognition, deepfakes, AI, even alternate reality / dimension shit. She claimed that us showing up on this person does not exist could be a Mandela effect the other day. I'm really worried about her. She's starting to turn into a conspiracy theorist.
Wait, is that? I don't think that's what a Mandela effect is.
It can be.
I'm because the idea behind a Mandela effect is that your memory of it.
Well, the bullshit explanation of Mandela effect is that it's alternate universes bleeding into each other.
Yeah. Oh, it's that sort of Mandela. Because I mean,
yeah,
the idea behind Mandela effect in general is the idea that a group of people all remember this thing, and it really isn't. It's like the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
Thing, like everybody can swore that they remember seeing it as Berenstain.
And hey, everyone, you're listening. The reason for that is because they accidentally did release a bunch of stuff that said Berenstain Bears and Berenstain Bears. You can find it both ways.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Another one is like people actually think they remember a Sinbad genie movie or something like that.
And in fact, A, you're thinking about Kazam, the Shaquille O'Neal movie.
Yeah.
And B, Turner Classic Movies used to play the original Sinbad, the Sailor movies at night. And Sinbad did the interstitials and was dressed in kind of like a genie outfit.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's what everyone's remembering.
Oh, that's wild. And I know the Mandela effect has something to do with Nelson Mandela, but I forget what that one is.
He passed away and everyone assumed he had already died and everyone had like memories of his funeral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's where the Mandela effect name came from.
Okay. Yeah, you know more than I do. Shit.
I read useless bullshit on the internet.
I mean, I do too. This is not the useless bullshit I have read. I have read, like, what was my most recent useless bullshit that I've read up on? God, I can't remember. I think there was one time at the point when Bohemian Rhapsody came out, I just like looked up everything about Freddie Mercury's life, just out of the blue, just like, you know what, I'm gonna just look it up, and then reads Wikipedia pages upon Wikipedia pages. Or the one time where I started looking up how about the Cuban Jewish population in Miami. We got into the whole history of that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
worked a 12-hour shift on a holiday once, and nothing was happening for hours on end. So what I ended up doing instead was learning everything I could about the Harlem Globetrotters.
That sounds
And,
about right.
and now I am probably the foremost authority on the Harlem Globetrotters. um, I've also now seen the Harlem Globetrotters perform in person, and I would love to do it again. It is meant for children, and it is weird that I am there with my adult friend.
I mean, I can imagine there are probably people at Disneyland. Well, you remember that like insane Facebook post that the woman posted about like how she's so angry at this girl that was just waiting in line to get a pretzel, and her son was like, I want a pretzel, and apparently the line was too long, so the mom said no, and he started crying, and she blames it on the girl getting a Mickey pretzel. Like, thanks, slut. I wanted to steal that pretzel from her. I'm like, wow, damn, that girl didn't do shit, and you just felt the need to blame her. That post is wild.
Yeah, no, we won't get into the whole Disney adult thing on here.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's Disney adults to them.
Yeah.
Anyway, as someone who did have a Disney pass, who was once a Disney pass holder, and just now enjoys going to Disneyland / Disney World with their friends every probably once or twice a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some Disney adults, and I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of. But also,
I get it.
I also feel like the you know how there's like people who claim to be huge fans of something, but they don't know shit about the item, and it's kind of like the surface level fans of Nightmare Before Christmas, like the people who are like huge fans of Nightmare Before Christmas, but then they are like, oh yeah, like if you ask who the director is, they're always like Tim Burton, of course.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's some Disney fans like that. They're like, well, clearly it's this. And it's like, no, it's not. And I know I shouldn't be gatekeepy about that, but I feel like some of these fans just get really.
No, there's a difference between gatekeeping and justifiably calling people out.
Yeah, it's kind of like because there's usually it's usually something gatekeepy, because what happens is usually there's the fans who will say something gatekeepy, like, oh, you like Nightmare Before Christmas, like an example, you like Nightmare Before Christmas, why? It's like, you don't look like a goth, why aren't you dressed in all black and shit? Or, oh God, the one person who that one girl who once told me, oh, you like horror? And I love the Saw movies. And I'm like, oh, I actually haven't seen the Saw movies. And she had the goal to say, how can you call yourself a horror fan if you've never seen the Saw films?
Yeah. Bleh.
You want to go? Pat her up, bitch. I didn't say that, actually. I kind of just shrugged. But there's points where it's like, oh, there's that part of me that just wants to get suddenly gatekeepy back and be like, oh, really? Have you seen Basket Case? Wait, oh, what about... Let me list a bunch of more other horror movies. Have you ever heard of The Haunting? No? Okay, let me go through it. Let me get my list of obscure horror films that I'm surprised you've never seen before, and be that asshole, but I'm not going to. Anyway, where were we?
Hey, future David, play Sweet Georgia Brown.
David's probably going to be like, hell no.
The theme for the Harlem Globetrotters. Come
on. Wait. Oh wait, conspiracy theory. Oh yeah, I haven't.
Yes, I'm really worried about her. She's starting to turn into a conspiracy theorist. I haven't looked at a screenshot of fake me since it happened, but a part of me wonders if I should take a look at it again. More for Piper's sake. Maybe she'll chill out a bit if I look like I'm interested in what she has to say about the fake pictures of us.
I don't know. I just wish I never went on that stupid site. Then maybe Piper wouldn't be off her fucking rocker, and I wouldn't be having a constant existential crisis. Okay, for a no sleep. This is it's a simple no sleep story. It's definitely a first draft. I would probably clean it up, try and get rid of some of the repetitive phrases and words. And then my only like big suggestion is instead of putting something in quotes, have it say, I told the Piper this. Because if we're, I think people always try, for the most part, this feels realistic. This, like, I'm reading through, I'm like, yeah, this is something a lot of people, this feels like a Gen Z college student. This is, and like this college experience is very relatable and realistic. I'm like, yep. And just something creepy has happened. And it's just a minor creepy thing. So yeah, this was actually, I mean, this was, I enjoyed it for what it is. I enjoyed it.
Yep. Yeah. I dug it. It again probably just needs some cleanup, but other than that, it functions. And it would not be out of place on No Sleep, which I do mean as a compliment.
Yeah, it'd be better than some of the no sleep stories that are out there.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than some of the no sleep stories that are out there.
Oh man, I gotta No Sleep titles going again sometime soon.
I mean, if you want to get really no sleep, you can say, I visited this person does not exist.com and I wish I didn't.
Yeah. I think they actually banned that phrase from titles a little bit ago.
Oh, really? I did not know that. Well, again, I'm not in the no sleep circuit, so. All right. Thank you, Tainted Dove. This was actually an enjoyable read. It went, like, again, very simple. It went exactly where I expected it to. And I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just but so it is, but I think yeah. It
is perfectly functional in what it set out to achieve.
Yes. If you like what you hear, listen to some other podcasts that are on the Creative Horror website at creativehorror.com. My co-host here does the Jameson tapes with our awesome friend and his co-host Abysme.
Oh, and everyone joining us after the live stream. I didn't die. I'm fine.
Oh yeah, we just had a live stream where we attempted to watch some
Hey, word of advice: if you haven't drank like a lot in a really long time, and you've also in that time lost like 100 pounds, your threshold's probably different.
Also, well, I mean, the good part about it is, I mean, you drink, you basically killed your liver, but we made $300 for
$350, I think we made.
Oh, we made $350.
Yeah, for the Sam's charity, Syria for Samia. Sammy for Syria. Wow. Blah. Words.
Yeah. Words mean things.
The Sam's charity helps
Syrian refugees.
Syrian refugees, yes. It's with mobile medical assistance.
Yeah, that was a surprisingly successful live stream. We went for 6 hours. Alan passed out an hour before it ended.
I puked.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
And slept on the bathroom floor for an hour and a half, and then I went to bed, and then I got up in the next morning and was hungover, but I dressed like a pirate and did stuff at the Ren Fair. I was fine.
That's good. Yeah, I was like, I remember during the live stream, I'm like texting you and trying to call you, and it's like, I'm like, I think he fell asleep. All of us are like, yeah, I think he fell. Did you watch the last hour?
Oh, I cannot bring myself to go back and watch how drunk I was.
Oh god, I know that feel. There's like,
I have seen the screenshot of Lemmy though.
Yes, when you walked away and Lemmy pops up at that perfect moment, and he's adorable. If you like what you hear and do you want to actually enjoy live streams like this and all that, follow us on creativehorror.com or Creative Horror on the YouTube website. We also have a Patreon through Midnight Marinara. If you donate, you get to join our Discord server, and patrons get we read patron stories first before anybody else. So they also get a chance to listen to our choice drags. So check that shit out. And God, this is
every Saturday night, twitch.tv/Nanas O'Neill. I stream Mass Effect.
Yeah, listen to Alan's live fuck me. This is why we need David. David is so much better at this shit.
I'm enjoying the chaos.
Welcome to the chaos, everyone.
Hey, future David, play 6 Underground layered over Sweet Georgia Brown.
Good evening, intrepid listeners. This is the Pasta Shade, the host of Midnight Marinara, and this podcast is part of CreativeHorror.com, a network of podcasts and creators working together to build a constructive community of horror fans. For more content like this, visit us at CreativeHorror.com.